Can I thank you all sincerely together for yes? Now, we're coming very close to the leader's speech. We're going to show another short video, so just coming on screen now.
We are very much a team here in Wexford. Labour has always had a strong team in Wexford, and that has been reflected not only in the polls and the electoral success, but also in the relationships that we develop. Brendan has always been regarded here locally as a doer, someone who gets the job done and brings people along with him. From his 3 terms serving as a minister, and that was very much reflected in the last general election when he topped the poll on a day that wasn't obviously a great day for the Labour Party.
Tá mé anna bhródúil go bhfuil Brendan mar cheanara agan ar an bórtaí I láthair na hóire le éigínteacht brath-imeacht agus le fás an éite dheas san Eorp. Bhfuil ceanara agan na hiigin luachanna déanlacha sóisialach. Luachanna ar nós ranfórtaíocht, dlúfórtaíocht sa tochaí agus san eacnamaíocht. Agus a chuid onrachas agus é I gcobar ar son leasa na tíre ar son pobl na hÉireann.
Well, Brendan took on a very, very challenging role when he took over the leadership of the Labour Party. But what he's shown in his performances in the Dáil is that he is every inch the parliamentarian, every inch the Irish statesman. And when he rises to his feet, everybody listens to what he has to say. But Brendan Howlin is fundamentally a proud Irishman, and he's incredibly positive about the future of our country. And he knows that the Labour Party can play a huge role in that future, being a passionate advocate for equality and justice in this country. He's done it for many, many years, and I know he'll do it for many, many years into the future as well.
Brendan appointed me to chair the Labour Party's campaign to repeal the 8th Amendment back in 2017. I thought it was really important that a councillor was chosen to chair that committee. It really helped in terms of participation of councillors within the party. And I thought Brendan's decision to make other councillors spokespeople as well for various issues really helped on that front. On the committee itself, we had huge support from the PLP, and in particular from Jan and Ivana, and of course from Brendan himself. We started our work really early, so we got a lot of time to get our messaging and our posters right, and of course we had the posters up earlier than everybody else, so that helped as well.
This is an important conference, an important gathering of Labour people, as we set out in very clear terms how we will build our new republic. You know, thousands of Labour people for over a century have envisaged how Tom Johnson's vision a century ago of fairness, equality and justice could be put into practical effect. We have the policies, you know that. We can build 80,000 houses over the next 5 years. We can solve the problems in our health service by giving the resources to the frontline staff to make sure there are nobody waiting on trolleys into the future. We can have genuine equality in access and education and in so much more. But only the Labour Party has both the policy platform, the determination and the ability to actually do it, not talk about it, do it. That's what this conference is about, that's what the party is about.
Fellow delegates, please welcome the Labour Party candidate for Dún Laoghaire, Councillor Deirdre Kingston, to introduce our party leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. I'm delighted to be speaking to you all this evening on the occasion of our 70th conference. It's my first time at a Dublin conference, and I was delighted that it was the quickest trip I've ever had to make. Only 7 stops on the Dart from Dún Laoghaire, so it was very handy. I've always been a very proud member of the Labour Party, but nothing brings that home to me more than spending the weekend at conference, and it's great to catch up with so many friends and comrades over the last couple of days. And it has been a very good year for the Labour Party. A high point, of course, was the re-election of the legend that is Michael D. Higgins. I don't think we need to be remembered, but 822,566 votes, thanks to your work on the ground. It reminded us just how much support there is in Ireland for our values. Michael D. is a pillar of integrity and consistency in his life's work, and his focus on an ethical economy and an inclusive society really connected with people. His presidency has set a new standard for Ireland. Labour has set the precedent of gender balance in our president so far, and I look forward to the party fielding a strong woman candidate in 2025. And I don't mean me. As always, we have plenty strong contenders in the Labour Party for the presidential campaign. My focus is on recovering a Dáil seat for the Labour Party in Dún Laoghaire at the next general election. There is such a strong Labour tradition in that constituency. We've had people like Barry Desmond, Niamh Bhreathnach and Eamon Gilmore, all of whom espouse the core Labour values of decency, justice and equality, and who have been incredible public servants. People ask me a lot, why do I do it? Why am I a politician? And what am I doing it for? And I tell them most of the time that it's a voice, to be a voice for those who need it. And in the Labour Party, it's because we challenge the status quo. There are 125,000 people in my constituency, many of them young families and people that are looking to find a roof over their heads, and they're being forced from their communities in order to do so. Dún Laoghaire has a real and urgent need for social and affordable housing. And I'm proud of the work that I have been able to do, along with my 6 Labour colleagues on Dún Laoghaire-Rathdown County Council, to help people from every community, settled and travelling, to get decent homes. And I'm proud of the work that we have done to fight to keep our land in Dún Laoghaire-Rathdown in public ownership. Dún Laoghaire is a coastal community, and we will suffer the very, very real effects of climate change. We will see rising sea levels and extreme weather events, all of which will affect constituents in Dún Laoghaire. We need to demand systematic changes to mitigate against climate change, and we need a strong left-wing government to do so. All of this adds up to make our communities better, fairer places to live. So that's why I am in politics, and more importantly, it's why I am in the Labour Party. It's to close the gap between what is and what ought to be. In everything that we do, all of us here in the Labour Party, we work to improve people's lives. We've been able to point out injustice solidarity, justice, economic security and equality. And I know that for our party leader, his life has been dedicated to the same sense of public service, improving people's lives with his work in health and in housing, pointing out injustices and protecting whistleblowers, not least in the Gardaí, being willing to not only take a stand, but the stand at multiple tribunals in order to challenge inappropriate behaviour and strengthen accountability. Brendan Howlin is someone with a track record for personal integrity, and under his leadership, Labour is working on the issues that are close to my own heart and our own hearts in the Labour Party: the need for a real state-led solution to the housing crisis, which only Labour can provide. And importantly, a vision for the future of women's healthcare, to ensure that a woman's right to health is finally fully vindicated. So can you please join with me to welcome a politician who makes a difference, who delivers, who has a proven track record, RTD for Wexford, leader of the Labour Party, Brendan Howlin.